Hey guys, welcome back to Marriages Restored in Faith. My name is Ray.
Hi guys, my name is Dora. It is April 7th, 2025, Monday evening.
And it's actually a nice day.
Oh yes, it warmed up really good. It's not, it's like what, 70, I think?
It's 70s, yes, which I'm good with that weather. Dora probably likes it warmer than that.
No, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, she'll do the 80s. I won't do the 90s, but guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. And as you see the title, do not panic. And I want to emphasize that right now, that do not panic. Right now, people are saying that the stock goes up and down, and it's always done it for years, and it's within that time frame that we need to, it'll go down and it'll come back up. But we're going to discuss that. And the reason we're going to discuss that is there are people that are right now panicking. There are people that are freaked out. There's actually people asking and getting online and asking what should they do. They are. But before we get that, I'm going to let Dora go ahead and do what we usually do at the end. We're going to do it at the beginning now. We're going to change that up.
Yes. So if you would like to follow us and share also our and subscribe to our channels, there is our channels there that you can find all of our content. Also, there is our email there if you would like to get a hold of us as well. We can get back with you as soon as possible.
Actually, that's the only way you can get a hold of us is through email. The fastest way. Dora tries to keep up with that. Sometimes we do get busy, and sometimes it takes a day or two to get back with you, depending on what we have going on. But we will get back with you if you want to email us and let us know what's going on in your area that may be helpful to others, especially when there's fake news out there, when there's actual stuff that people need to be aware of and it's not being broadcasted on social media, because of course secular media, we know that it's all over the place.
Yes.
But social media is a good place that we all can communicate and give information of what is going on in our area to others. So that's the best way to reach us. And so let's get started. If you want to start showing those pictures while I go ahead and do a little small discussion of what. And as you see, the title clearly states, do not panic. There's people actually right now to this day still clueless. I was discussing at work today, and there's people still clueless on what is happening. And then there's people like this that we're showing you pictures of that going out panic buying. And this is one of the worst ones. We've actually discussed this on Sunday, that people are actually running to the dealership and buying a brand new car during this time. I mean, they're literally getting in debt on a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 vehicle because they're afraid the tariffs are going to bring a 30-40% increase, and you're going to go get in debt instead of paying attention to what your budget allows.
Right.
That's the wrong direction. We cannot go and get in debt. That is totally the wrong direction to do. So I want to share these photos with you so you can see we can't panic right now. In fact, the Bible clearly states for us not to be walking in our feelings, not to operate in our feelings, not that God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And this is what happens when you operate in fear. is you go out buying stuff that, especially stuff that you probably won't use. Some of these people are probably buying food that they probably don't like, and they're just buying it because they can buy it in bulk.
Right.
As you can see, some of these people buying more toilet paper than they could possibly use, and eat basically. So this is the thing that we have to pay attention to right now. Is not to panic, but to take a step back and view everything. Take a step back and say, okay, let's take a breath. Let's take a breather. Let's sit down. Let's look at our finances. Let's decide what we need to do, what we can cut back, if we have to cut back. What should we be doing? That's what we should be doing, not going out there and clearing out the stores. Right. So now let me get to show you some of this. If you can give me give me number 8 first. Can you give me number 8? And this is actually would have been a perfect time to panic once you watch this video, because I tell you what, if I would have picked that up, I don't know if I would have threw it that fast, because if you would have held on to it, you probably would have got bit.
Right, yeah.
But if you would have threw it that fast, you don't know which way it's going to go, if it's going to turn around and come back and get you. But I want you to see this, as this guy's just, first of all, that's just a nasty, dirty lake where you possibly cannot see in there. And apparently he felt something. So there he goes, picks it up, and whoa. Yep.
And guys, I mean, this is a lake. Yeah. It's like
a dirty.
Yes.
And
murky.
He steps on it or touches it, and picks it up. And yep.
I don't know. Maybe he thought it was a turtle or something.
I've had turtles, and I've had stuff that just nibble on my toes, and I'm like, okay, there's something down there, but I don't go reaching and picking it up.
You just move away from
move away from the area.
If you can.
But you talk about panic. Mm-hmm. This is a time to panic.
Yeah.
So, okay. So if you can give me number 7. And this was actually today. This is the news that you see today. And have I purchased parts or stuff like that? I actually did purchase 2 parts yesterday, basically 2 starters. I actually should have bought more, and Dora's always get on to me. They should buy more because you usually use all that stuff that you purchase.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I kind of regret I should have bought 2 more at least.
It doesn't go to waste, that's for sure.
Oh, it doesn't. When I buy engine parts and stuff for the shop that I usually do engine work, it doesn't go to waste. It usually sells pretty quick, or I ended up using it on one of our vehicles. Mm-hmm. But right here, as you see, Trump threatens new 50% tariffs on China. Why did he do that? Because apparently when Trump did the 34% tariff, China did a 34% tariff. Trump is saying now he's going to do 50% on China. What do you think China's going to do? You think China's going to say, I'll take it back. No, China's going to say, guess what? Guys, you get 90% of your stuff from us. Look at your clothing.
That's right.
Just look at it. And then it says made in China. Look at the auto parts. I see a lot of my auto parts that I have. It says made in China.
Yes.
Look at the materials. Even metal, stuff like that, made in China. We have medicines. Why do we have medicines made in China? Just really think about that. Why do we have medicines made in China? You can look and you can see that vitamins are made in China. Clothing, shoes. Most of our shoes are made in China.
Yes. So everything that, that you can just look around your house, anything that you see that's got a label that's made in China, all of that stuff is, going to go up in price automatically.
And I just want to share that. Let me share something else because we got to get through all this. If you can get me number 6, and I want you to see this video, and this video again was today. I want you to listen to the propaganda that the secular media is giving out to the public. It has been telling the public that we are not in recession. It has, and we are in recession, about to get in a depression. And I want you to just listen to what these guys are saying. I don't listen to Fox, but I came up across this video. So go ahead and listen to what this video says.
President Trump standing by his Liberation Day tariffs. He took to Truth Social saying they're already bringing in billions. He says oil prices are down, interest rates are down, food prices are down, and there is no inflation, end quote. He says the phones are ringing off the hook with countries calling to make a deal. The White House says 50.
Did you get that? Food prices are down. How do you figure? We just went to the grocery store yesterday.
Yes.
We didn't buy groceries.
No.
We just bought a few things that we just wanted around the house, a few snacks and stuff. What was it? How much was it?
It was $100. Yeah. It was
$100.
$98 and something cents. Yeah.
We didn't get groceries.
Yeah, we didn't get no groceries. We just got maybe I think the only grocery item was milk, maybe. Milk, yeah. That's about it.
Just think about that.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah. $100 on that. And they're saying the food prices are down. Seriously?
No.
50 countries have called to negotiate just over the weekend. All right, now listen to what the president said about China.
China is right now taking a big hit because everyone knows we're right. They have to pay tariffs because otherwise we have a surplus, that they have a surplus with us that is not sustainable. I spoke to a lot of leaders, European, Asian, from all over the world. They're dying to make a deal. But I said, we're not going to have deficits with your country. We're not going to do that. But China would be the worst in the group because the deficit is so big and it's not sustainable.
And then there is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. He says there is no reason to expect a recession. Watch this.
I see no reason that we have to price in a recession. Markets are organic, the animals, and you never know what the reaction's going to be. We get these short-term market reactions from time to time. There doesn't have to be a recession. Who knows how the market is going to react in a day, in a week.
Oh, that's true. Ryan Payne joins me this morning. Check out the markets. The threat of recession, I think that's what's uptaking the markets at this moment. Are you worried about a recession too?
Yeah, I think 100%. I mean, markets are very good at pricing in recessions before they happen. And we're down 17% in the S&P 500 today. The good news is you go to 20%, that's an official bear market. 70% of the time, the stock market doesn't go there. But if you factor in these max tariffs like we have today, I'm talking to any economist in the country, and I mean, you're definitely going to slow the economy, and you're definitely looking at a possible recession. I think it's very realistic.
Definitely looking at a possible recession. You think we're going to have a recession?
Yeah. That was a definitely maybe. But I think here's the bottom line.
It's too early to tell.
It's too early to tell. And I think the reality of the situation is higher odds are there's going to be some backtracking and there's going to be negotiations. And if that's the case, if you get a wave of
we are in a recession.
Yes.
It's like saying, okay, the prices haven't gone up, and yet people are paying more at the store. And then the news media is out there saying, oh, no, the prices aren't up. But yet you're still paying more at the store. And then they keep coming back up on the news media and say, oh, no, the prices aren't up. And then the people keep paying more.
I mean, they're doing everything they're doing everything in their power to say the opposite of what's happening right now.
Oh, yes.
That's what they're doing. Because they don't want people to really go into a panic mode, as in, oh my gosh, we are in a recession.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, I mean, you should know that already.
All of us see it. We're paying more
exactly
for supplies, more for groceries. In fact, it was funny because I was playing a video earlier, and Joe starts laughing because on the video it says, or it's actually a commercial. It's a commercial, and the commercials, one of the ladies says, I plan on buying a home. And all the negativity on the table is that you can't afford a home And even one lady goes, I don't even know anyone that owns a home. I mean, just think about that. They're actually advertising that. Why? Because in a sense, it is true right now that people cannot afford a house because the prices of homes have gone so high. It's ridiculous. So that's just another story. So let me keep going. If you can give me number 3. And the reason I'm saying do not panic is because things are. I'm going to show you some articles that there's deception coming as well, and you have to ask yourself why this is being broadcast, and I'll share that here in a second. So on here it says higher prices are likely for these 10 grocery items when tariffs hit. And supposedly the tariffs are supposed to hit the hardest on April the 10th. You already have dealerships talking about the prices of vehicles are going to go up 20%. So we can just go, I should have put this on the iPad so I can read it. So if we can just go through it real quick, and it's seafood, and as you can see, and it gives you a percentage where the seafood comes from. And we can go through each one, and you see these are just some of the items that they're talking about. Why? Because some of this stuff is imported. I mean, who would have thought fruit would have been imported, right? When we have California, we have Florida that's supposed to have the nice weather where we can get fruit. Of course, alcohol, but many can do without alcohol. But beef, here, let's stop right here. And beef. New Zealand 10%, Australia 10%. Why is our beef coming from another country?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
And in fact, it tells you the article right here. The U.S. cattle herd is the smallest it's been since 1951. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how many cattle were being killed?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how many chicken were being slaughtered? Not slaughtered for production for us to eat. Slaughtered because of some type of sickness. You remember that? Here you go, rice. From Thailand, 36%, India, 26%. This is where our food is coming from. Why is the United States not producing all its food?
Right.
Why are we getting it from other countries? That should be the largest question. And you heard Trump say, well, no, we're giving the tariffs to them and they're going to pay the tariffs. What happens when the business is forced to give raises to their employees? What happens? How is that employer going to keep the employees employed? They have to pass that cost to us.
Yes.
In order to stay in business. And some people don't understand that. What do you think? Who do you think is going to pay for the tariffs? Do you think it's going to be China, or do you think it's going to be us that purchase stuff from China?
The consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
A business goes under whenever it doesn't pass its cost to the consumer. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's how a business is run. What we need to do is just buckle up because things are about to get tough. We've been mentioning it for years.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you can give me article number 1, and we'll do this pretty quick because I want you to get this, and for you to get ready. And how can we get ready? How can the average person get ready that doesn't have multi-millions of dollars in their account? How can we get ready? First of all, budget.
Mm-hmm.
Sit back and say, okay, what budget do we have? How do we have it? Where's our money going? And one of the things, number one things we can do is learn a different trade to bring more income coming in. As you see right here, U.S. stocks dip after careening through a manic day following Trump's latest tariffs. So if we can go up a little bit, again, I should have got these on my iPad, and that's my mistake. Yeah, I won't be able to read this. There were some key points on here that I was going to try to get to, and I apologize for that, for not being. So we'll leave it at that. If you can give me number 2, then. And people don't realize that this is going to happen to the housing market as well. It's going to affect the businesses first, because there's actually a several videos out there discussing about business owners talking about that they can't pay their mortgage, their rent any longer, because people are not spending like they used to spend. So there's not enough income coming in their business. And as you see, Trump tariff showdown could have huge impact on housing market. And the ones that are going to be affected, of course, is people trying to purchase a house, realtors, the real estate market, investors, rental properties, and the like. And the reason why is when the housing market crashes, say for instance your house is valued at $200,000. When the housing market crashes, then your house is no longer valued at $200,000. It could be valued at $150,000. So now you're negative $50,000 on your house, on the value of it. A mortgage company can say, I need that $50,000 because now you're negative. And it's been financed for this purpose, for this amount of money. And guess what? If you look at your fine print on your mortgage, they can call up your loan at any time, and they can have you pay that loan within 30 to 45 days or foreclose. I mean, just think about it. That's why we're saying we have to get out of debt.
Well, and you also, at this point is a good time, if you haven't been doing anything, to prioritize, what is important, to be able to downgrade, on certain things that you're paying on already, that you're like, okay, well, we really don't need this, in order to be able to budget yourself a little bit better. Because a lot of people are like, well, we can't, we have these bills, we have this, we have to pay that. Well, I mean, that's why Ray was saying, if you step back and you sit back and you have to prioritize and see, what is it that we can live off of?
If there's 5 phones in the house and 3 of those phones belong to 5-year-olds, do they really need those phones?
That's right.
Hey, that's just an honest statement right there.
Oh, yeah.
If there are 5 phones in the household and 3 of them belong to 5-year-olds, why have those phones? Why pay for that?
That's right.
It's a real question, real honest question. So if you can give me, I think the 4th or 5th paragraph, and I want you to see this, how the housing market is going to be affected as well. And it's talking about building materials. I believe it's right there. And it talks about building materials. A price hike on building materials will likely make building affordable housing feasible, an approach that many real estate experts believe is crucial to resolving the housing market gridlock. It's not only that, but it's all the employees, all the construction workers, all the electricians, all the plumbers, all the concrete workers. Everybody will be affected. Why? Because that can stop the housing from them building houses.
Oh, yeah.
They can start a massive layoff because there's not enough house building at the time. There's not enough work. Just think about it. It's a big ripple effect. Now, let me share something with you here. If you can give me number 4, and I really want you to pay attention to this. This is where God has spoken in His Word several times for us not to be deceived. Multiple times for us not to be deceived. And this right here, in fact, there's a document, a PDF file that I'll share here in a second. This is declassified inside CIA's psychic hunt for the Ark of the Covenant. In other words, they obtained psychics, and I think it was $25 million that they put out for psychics to find the Ark. Yeah, our own government paid 25 million, us taxpayers paid 25 million to psychics to find the Ark of the Covenant. And apparently these psychics said that they used the third eye, they used the mind, they used all that. They were able to find this Ark of the Covenant that is in the Bible, and they were able to locate it. They said there's 6 winged angels as you see, and it's similar in shape to a coffin. And if we can show the picture, and of course this is just a picture, but this is what they said they found. This was back in the 70s and 80s that they were doing this. Why declassify information like this if it's so-called for real, if it's true? Why do it now? Why do it in this time frame? God said that ark was hidden, right?
Mhm.
Do you honestly think these psychics using demonic powers, listening to demons, would be able to find this? You really think about it. Why are they showing this now? Why are they telling people that, of course, they found it, but of course, it's hidden from the public. Nobody can get to it. Why are they telling us this? What is next? What deception is coming? Because they're also saying only a certain person can open this ark.
Mhm.
Think about that. Really think about it. What is the mass deception that's about to come out of this? What are they getting ready for? Is it possible that they're getting ready for the Antichrist? Is it possible that all these demons, with all this influence, with all the demonic powers, and all these evil people listening to them, because do you honestly think the CIA are Christians or are believers, are going to church and say, oh yeah, I truly believe in Jesus Christ, but you know what? I have to lie in my job. I have to go out there and cause a lot of deception. I have to manipulate. I have to do all this. Oh, but I believe in God's word. Do you truly believe that organization is Bible-based? And they're telling you the truth that they found the Ark of the Covenant when the Bible clearly states it, it's hidden. What is the deception that's coming out of that?
Yeah.
What's going to come out of it? You can read this article. You can pull it up, and let me share the actual PDF file. If you can give me number 5. This is the actual PDF file, the PDF documents from the CIA. And of course, it's got some hand drawings and stuff like that. And it actually goes into detail of how these psychics, how they use the mind, how they used the third eye, how they were able to locate this. And as you can see, what year is it? Where's the year?
Is,
Yeah, 1988, December 5th. Start at 0915. So you can just go through it pretty quick. It's 19 pages, and you can look this up. As you can see, it's Project Sunstreet. You can look this up, and you can find this document. It's out in public now. You can look for it, and it talks about the Ark of the Covenant. Why would they be trying to locate the Ark of the Covenant if they didn't believe the Bible was real?
Yeah.
Because apparently they've been listening to demons, and the demons to say, oh, it's real. It's real. We've seen it before. We don't know where it's at. Or actually, the demons are probably saying, get you a psychic, and we'll talk to the psychic, and we'll tell the psychic where it's at. So you can look this up. But I wanted to share this one with you because this is all over social media. What was that? That big social media platform that has a lot of people that watch them. Redacted. They have it all over their social media. They truly believe that this is real. People believe that CIA actually found the Ark of the Covenant. They truly trust what they're saying. I don't believe it. Why? Because God would have told us in His Word at the end of days that somebody was going to find the Ark of the Covenant.
Right.
He would have showed it to us.
Mm-hmm.
He would have made it an importance. Why? Because He doesn't want us to be deceived. And He would have said, yes, in the end times, you're going to see that the Ark of the Covenant is going to be exposed and they're going to see it. Think about it. What happened to the people that touched the Ark of the Covenant?
Mm-hmm.
They died.
Yeah.
They died. They didn't wait for months or years. They died instantly. They dropped dead.
And these people are saying that they found it and they have it hidden.
Yeah. I mean, you remember Indiana Jones, right? Yeah. So just think about that. This is the stuff that they put out. And the sad part is a lot of people are believing this. Deception.
Yes.
Deception. So let's keep going. Let me show you, if you can put up Ecclesiastes 11:2 in the NIV, if you can bring that up. And I want you to see this. And we'll read it off the NIV, because you may be asking, what can we do right now? Well, I'm telling you, you're going to have to diversify. In fact, the Bible clearly states that. You're going to have to use godly wisdom. You're going to have to pray and ask God for wisdom. You're going to have to decide and figure out your budget. Learn a new trade. A trade that is effective and is useful. Not just something that nobody's going to pay for. So as you see right here in 11 verse 2, invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Just think of that. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8. God is telling you, don't put everything on one area. Don't focus on one thing. You need to put your stuff out in different locations. What do I mean? I have a regular job. I work Monday through Thursday. I say, wow, who works Monday through Thursday?
His job's not regular.
But I'm also on call. I have a second job, which I can do mechanic work. Well, actually, just engine building. I don't do the mechanic work stuff. Not yet. But I'm capable of doing mechanic work. There's an engine builder and then there's a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic. I'm an engine builder, but I can do mechanic work. There's a mechanic, but he's not an engine builder and he cannot do engine building. There's a difference. There's mechanics that go to mechanic school. They know the basics of building an engine, but they're not engine builders, but they can do mechanic work. I chose to be an engine builder, but I can still do mechanic work. Big difference. So I can do engine building. I can do mechanic work. I can also build equipment. I can weld. Of course, the career that I have. Also firearms instructor. So I can do that as well. I'm trying to diversify, learn different trades. I can even do plumbing. Do I like doing plumbing? Absolutely not.
No.
Mm-hmm. I can do electrical work, basic electrical work. Do I like it? Absolutely not. Dora can tell you, I've gone shocked.
Yeah.
You're going to have to learn a different trade. Gardening, well, I leave that to Jewel and Dora. They know how to do that. Can I garden? Yes. Am I good at it? No.
We're all learning.
So there's trades. There's things that you're going to have to learn to get paid for. A different skill. And as you see right here, invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Let me share, if we can go to, I believe it's verse 6. Can you give me verse 6? Now, I want you to see in verse 6. This goes with gardening. This goes with planting. This is not the prosperity gospel that tells you sow your money. No, this is sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle. For you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. When we plant food, how do we know what's going to come up and what doesn't come up? Farmers are the same way.
Yes.
They don't know what's going to come up and what crop is. See, a hailstorm can wipe out a farmer's entire thing that they're growing. And the reason I know that is because I talked to somebody at work that said, yeah, her parents have been wiped out just on one hailstorm. Destroyed all their crops on one hailstorm. It's sad. And right here, God is telling you, you don't know what's going to come up. So be ready. Be prepared. Let me share another scripture with you. Philippians 4:6.
I'm going to read this one.
Mm-hmm.
Philippians 4:6. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God.
That is our number one thing that we should be doing. Besides preparing, besides learning different trade, besides managing our money, this is the number one thing we should be doing. First of all, we should be anxious for nothing. That's why I said do not panic. Take a chill pill. Sit back. I know sometimes it can be hard. Yes, I truly understand that it can be hard. Why? Because Dora can tell you, for me to sleep, I really have to push myself or be really tired to sleep. Why? Because my mind is running 100 miles an hour.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But look what it says. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. That is something we should be doing on a daily basis, is talking to the Lord and asking for his help.
Yes.
God already knows what we need. God knows all of us need help. The question is, are you asking? Are you asking for God's wisdom? Are you asking for God's guidance? God's understanding, direction, and that you do the right thing? You may be anxious. Right here it says be anxious for nothing. But you may just be anxious. You may be stressed out. You may be sitting back and not knowing what to do. You may be hearing all the news out there, listening to everything that they're saying. And now you're freaked out. And you don't know what to do. This is what you can do. This is the only thing, the first thing you should be doing every single day. Lord, I need your help. I don't know what to do. The plan that I did, it just fell apart. I thought I knew I was doing something good. It didn't work out. The number one thing we should all not be doing is quitting our jobs.
That's right.
I've heard people that say, you know what, I'm going to quit my job. I think I'm going to get something better over here. I'll tell you what, there's not a job right now that is 100% not able to be fired, not able to go out of business, not able to downsize. And you may say, oh, law enforcement, first responders, they will never downsize. Did you know that they've downsized before? Because of city funds? Yeah, they've downsized before because of city funds. Do you know who they get rid of first at any job, any employer? Do you know who goes first? Do you know who goes first?
The one who gets paid the most.
The one who gets paid the most.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because instead of getting rid of 5 people, you can get rid of one person that gets paid more than those 5 people, and you still have 5 people to do that job. And I guarantee you, out of those 5, you can get any of those to do that job of that one. They always go for the one that can retire first. Let's get rid of all the people that can retire. Let's get rid of them first. Because the ones on the bottom that get paid less, sometimes they get rid of them too first.
Yes.
So there's no job out there that is 100% safe.
Safe. Yeah.
None. Not even first responders. So I'm telling you, you have to be ready. You have to have a different skill to get ready, to get paid. So let me show you. If you can give me number 10. And I want you to see this because this is going around in college. And they got rid of critical thinking off of regular schools. And you'll see this going on in college. And this is sad.
Finds out she's having a girl.
Okay.
But she wants a boy. Should she be able to abort that 3-week-old?
Yes.
Why?
Can that child directly survive outside her body?
Well, eventually, yes. I mean, again, so we talk about stages of development.
Mhm.
What is the first step of human development?
I mean, obviously, it's whenever the two pieces of DNA,
The egg and the sperm
correct,
meet,
yes,
right?
and then they collaborate.
So
and there you
therefore,
go.
if human development begins at fertilization, conception,
Sure.
so then shouldn't the human be protected at conception?
Well, I don't even think it's going to be protected if the baby is going to be born to a mother who's like, well, dang it, my kid's not a girl, it's a boy, or vice versa. Then I don't even think they should be born to that parent in the first place. So,
But just to
Sure.
understand, but so what you are arguing for is eugenics. Just so we are clear, it is not just illegal. It is grotesquely illegal. So basically, your view of pregnancy is no different than customizing a Ford Explorer. Sex selective abortion is Nazi eugenics philosophy, which is that we will eliminate those that we don't want.
interesting. You're exactly right. You did get me on that one. Yeah, because I'm not gonna like sit up here and pretend that you got me on that one. No, realistically, like if we're really gonna full circle and I'm gonna sit here and think about it, no, you shouldn't be able to kill your baby just because you don't like the
Okay.
gender or whatever. And
Fair
I
enough.
listen, and I apologize for taking it to that extent.
No,
I
it's not your extent.
But hold on.
I want to offer you
Well,
grace. Thank
can
you
I-
for saying that. You have a lot of thinking to do about this, and that's okay. Because and this is not your fault. We believe in universal human equality, which of course you believe in, right? Universal human equality is like the overarching big Western ideal, by the way, it's in our Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. If you believe in universal human equality, there is no room for abortion in that society. It does not exist.
Listen,
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Charlie. Again, I want to apologize about what I said earlier about
That's fine.
about
When,
that
when we
comment
cut the video,
it's-
we'll put your second answer as well as your first one. We'll be fair to that. Okay. Thank you very
sure
much.
you will. All right.
No, I will. I'll just be honest. Thank you. If a mom.
So again, this is a whole different subject. So I'm gonna leave it there before I get into this. So again, do not panic. Let me leave you with this one here. If you can give me number 9, and we'll leave you with this last video.
Which
And I
this
thought
guy
this-
does panic.
This guy does panic, and I don't blame him. I probably would have panicked too. I think Dora would have understood. I would have probably said some things like that. I said, we got to go fix this today. We're going to go right now.
Okay, what's wrong? It's bad. It's bad. Show you, but please do not freak out because I'm already.
Okay, what's wrong?
It's bad. It's bad.
Sophia, what's wrong?
Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, just don't freak out. I know. Please. You think I'm ugly?
Oh my God.
I know. They told me that my veneers had a bacteria underneath them.
Just the tops?
The top of my veneers had all the bacteria.
Oh my God.
What?
Sophia, you gotta sue them.
What? Derek, what? You're making me feel worse.
Baby, no, you gotta go back.
I thought you would at least try to make me feel better about this. Like,
You gotta go back. You only have 4 teeth. Let me see. Oh my, holy shit.
Derek, come on.
It's not that bad. It's just, it doesn't match the bottom. Stop, wait, hold on, wait a second, baby. Let me see. Stop, baby, stop. Hold on, wait a second.
Oh, you don't even want to try.
No, I love you. Let me see. Close it for a second. There, leave it. Huh? That's not sanitary.
They told me it wasn't that bad. I don't know why you're acting.
It's not that, baby. It just doesn't. It's not presentable. You know what I'm saying? Look scary a little bit. Not like that, but I'm saying you look like you, baby. Not like that. No, listen to me. Listen, it's not scary. It's just you might give off the wrong impression to somebody.
So, I don't care. All I care about is your impression, and you're telling me I look scary.
Let me see.
Just help me.
Hold on, baby. Look, listen. Why don't you just go back and tell me give you a temporary or something, like a mouth guard or something?
They won't let me visit. I have to keep them like this for a couple of months.
No, hell no. We gotta go back.
There is nothing I can do for this.
Can't be like that for 2 months. You know that.
I have to be like this for 2 months, and you have to support me.
You gotta you stop, baby. Stop.
You don't understand. I can't do anything
I do
about
understand.
this.
You can. You gotta go get a thing to cover it real quick. Just go back there and tell them you need a temporary.
You don't think I asked them if I could do anything else? You don't think?
Stop, baby. That's disgusting.
What did I do?
Don't taste your teeth.
I'm not tasting them. They just feel weird.
Go back. I'll call them for you. I'll take you back.
Do you not understand? I cannot go back. I can't. This is who I am. So deal with it for 2 months. That's it. Please give me a kiss. Please. I'm freaking out.
Here. No. Here, baby. Stop. That's disgusting.
Please.
No, I
Don't
can't.
do me like this. Please.
Baby, I can't.
Don't do me like this.
I get sick. I can't. I mean,
No,
forehead.
come on. I'm not.
On the forehead here.
The bacteria's gone. Why
No,
are
it's
you?
not gone. I see the bacteria. Stop, baby. That's
Please
disgusting.
give me a kiss,
No.
Derek.
Baby, I'm not gonna give you a kiss. I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. On the cheek.
Give me
On the
a-
cheek. On the cheek.
Don't do me like that, Derek.
Cheek. Cheek, baby. Oh, fuck!
You talk about a prank to really get going, but I think there's you want to make sure you're married before you do a prank like that, because if it's your boyfriend, you're gonna find out for real what you like. No, we done. We breaking up.
I
thought that was a pretty
that
good
was
prank.
very funny. That was
Pretty good prank. She did pretty good.
Yeah. She played it off really
And
well.
he was real.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I'll drive you. I'll take you. We're gonna go fix this.
no, my favorite one was when he said, "No, you gotta sue them.
You gotta
need to
sue them.
them.
So-
You need to do something."
Mine was. I still see the bacteria. Oh, the top don't match the bottom.
It's like, no, you need to go back. We gotta go back.
I just thought I'd leave you with the funny one because, hey, we have to sit back and we have to get in prayer and we have to understand. Look, God said this would happen. He said it in His Word. He said it was going to get tough. He said a loaf of bread. He said bread was going to cost a day's wage.
That's right. Yeah.
And how we're going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully in increments, and it won't happen overnight, right? Would you rather see it in increments than to wake up the next morning and find out that bread costs a day's wage? We'd all freak out.
Yes.
All of us freak out.
Yes.
But in increments, you'll be like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to cut back on this. We're gonna have to, or I'm gonna have to get a second job, or I'm gonna have to get a different trade or something.
Yes.
But
yes.
we can manage.
To where you have preparedness.
Yeah.
You can prepare for it. You know, God has said it, you know, in His Word. So we have to do our part and be responsible to prepare.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, we will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day.